episode 273. We got almost a full house here. If all goes well, Rooster will be joining us, but everyone else is here. How you guys doing?
World Cup fever.
Got the fever.
Whoa, World
I think
Cup.
so. I might even have a little fever too.
I think
Wow.
you do.
Mild fever so far. I'm just taking Tylenol. Milk, why don't you start us out? Who are you taking to the bar?
I'm going to take Serena Williams. who
Oh, okay. Good one.
Be interesting.
Tomorrow, at the age of 44, I believe will be the second oldest singles participant at Wimbledon. Will start her Wimbledon run. So I want to wish her good luck. That is quite a challenge at 44, but who knows?
I wouldn't bet
We'll see
against her.
What I was gonna say, what are we looking at? What's the over under on how far she goes?
Wins one match. It's
Isn't
just
she
too
playing
hard. It's too
Isn't
hard.
she
in
playing
tennis.
a 20-year-old in the first match?
It's just that age gap is so huge.
Quarterfinals.
No,
No
way.
No way.
No way.
She's going to lose in the first round.
Sinner almost lost today. It's tough. It's tough.
All right.
I still play great.
She'll be lucky to get a game.
She'll be lucky to get a game.
I don't know about
Oh
that.
God, I don't know. I think she wins a match. I think she wins one.
I wouldn't be surprised
right.
if she lost that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Pope, who are you bringing to the bar?
Well, in the theme of that we may be hearing about in terms of bringing super fans for World Cup, I think it's a great day to do that. I'm going to bring one of our own super fans who has been diligently traveling the country for his German soccer team. Old Craig Bayer will be coming with me to the bar. He might actually need to, because right now they're 0-0 in the first half against Paraguay, the team that U.S. readily dispatched. And we'll be drinking some Hofbrau, Lowenbrau, whatever the fucking German beer he wants to have a Stein or three. And I want to hear his stories about traveling around from an American.
It's his birthday today too. Happy
That's right.
birthday.
That's right.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Happy birthday, Craig.
Yeah.
Happy
He's
birthday.
either
You're
gonna be drinking,
celebrating.
Yeah, he's either drinking champagne or he's drying it in wild turkey or something like that. So
Yeah,
and
if they win, then Toby can actually take him to the bar
What's
for
the
the
score
next
right
game.
now? It's
0-0
0-0 right now, right?
I think
0-0.
we- I believe we call it 0-0.
No,
See,
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
been-
Bison.
I've been
Fine,
paying.
yeah.
I've been paying attention.
Wow,
Thank you.
Bison.
Okay.
Wow.
It's
House.
0-0 on the pitch.
House,
Well-
what are you bringing?
Speaking of super fans, I am now probably, I don't know, there's probably some people in front of me, but I am one of the biggest super fans of one Sophie Cunningham.
Oh yes, this is good.
And
Yes.
you guys, if you have not seen the finger pointing meme yet, and all you got, this is one of the best things that's happened to the internet that I can remember. Milk, have you not seen this yet?
Oh, what is
Okay.
this?
No, come
So-
on, Milk.
Milk, you have to see this. Sophie Cunningham plays for the Indiana Fever.
Fairly attractive.
And she kind of yes, I'll just echo Pope, since Pope said it first. I'm not just
I
don't like
know
her
what
just
this
for her
is.
basketball.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Disappointing.
she's kind of the protector of Caitlyn. Not that Caitlyn needs a lot of protection, but Sophie's a tall, strong girl. There was a melee of sorts on the court, and Sophie Cunningham wanted to get this opposing player to have a technical foul. And so, and as the refs were trying to sort it out, she was trying to just get under the skin of the opposing player by pointing her finger at her, basically like you. She did it for 22 straight seconds, and it has turned in there are so many clever memes associated with it. So I've already heard her on a podcast saying that she thinks it's the stupidest thing she's ever done. But I'd like to bring her to the bar, and I'd like to maybe point out some other people at the bar to say, thank you for providing me the kind of humor that sports doesn't give us often enough anymore. That is the best.
It's really
Love
great.
it.
I mean, because it starts because the other player is pointing at her,
Right.
right? Is like pointing at her, like ready to fight her, and she just kind of mocks her back. And then it's really funny when it all breaks up and everything. She's on the sideline. You see her start laughing with whatever her coaches are like. She knows damn well what she's doing. She knows how outrageous it is.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. It's worth finding that clip.
The memes though are really funny.
They're so
especially the one where they have Mickelson who's pointing out another player's wife that he plans on.
Oh God, that's hilarious. Oh God.
Oh my God,
that's great. Great.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring two people. I'm bringing Jack Barmby and Sean O'Connor to the bar. I'm not surprised that none of you have any clue who these two people are, but House, you in particular, start your day off with them almost every morning. These are the creators of the 82-0 game.
No.
And if you are not hooked on this yet and not playing, I don't know what's wrong with you, because it's like crack. It's a lot of fun, and I think those guys should get a drink. So good work, gents.
I was introduced to us by one of our most loyal listeners, Mike Bryant, who now has gone 82-0 3 times.
Wow.
And yeah,
you got two under your belt.
But the trick is for all of us, for our listeners who are going to turn on and go to 82and0.com, once you get Wilt Chamberlain, you're in a really good position.
Especially
back in the day when he was 41 points a game.
Yes, from Golden State. You need the Golden State Wilt. Yeah.
It's so fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Is that 70s Golden State?
I think it's 60s.
It might be in the 60s. Yeah. The worst is when you get them and you've already put like Shaq in your center position, and now you can't take them. You're like, son of a bitch.
Yes.
You can't move these guys out.
It rotates through teams from the decades, and it gives you their whole roster, and you can only fill up one slot: point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. And once you've used up the slot, you can't use it again. It's really fun.
This sounds like a game I will never take part in, ever.
You'd be guessing.
And in real life, the Golden State Warriors are trying it in real life.
I know, clearly.
It's true.
Clearly.
My record would be 3 wins and
Milk would
know he's selecting.
He'd go 82-0 his first time through.
Probably.
All right. Well, we got to thank our sponsors. You hear a little bit more about them at the end of the show here, but Supio, who's providing AI services for law firms. If you're not using AI in your practice at this point, I don't know how you're getting through the day. Assembly, which is the creator of Neos case management software. I think there's 3 or so of us who live our case lives in Neos. Digital Law Marketing, a top legal online website developer who I use, Pope uses, Rooster uses, and the SMQBs use. And of course, the Injury Board, Milk's company. Thank you for your support, Milk. The hometown bar for plaintiffs' lawyers, so to speak, where everybody knows your name. One of the best networking organizations for plaintiffs' lawyers. So thanks to all of our sponsors. You guys, everybody listening, should check them out. All right, House, let's jump into...
And speaking of checking out, Craig, call your Berlin office now.
No. Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Drama in New England.
There's a lot of soccer left.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at Japan. Well, we'll get right into it.
Japan scored first, right?
There's a lot of soccer left. Listen, we are now in the round of 32. By now, all of our listeners that had never watched a soccer game before have watched probably 10 games by now, and are like suggesting who should be subbed into these games. This gets really fun because we're out of this group stage. We're in the knockout stage. You lose, you go home. You finish the game in a draw, and it goes into extra time. Extra time ends in a draw, and you're going to penalty kicks. Penalty kicks will be a ton of fun. Definitely different strategy. I think today the strategy backfired on Japan. They got a 1-0 lead against Brazil and then decided to park the bus. And Brazil was just too crafty about continually almost setting up set pieces from one side of the field, crossing, and it was one header after another. It was a shooting gallery. They weren't trying to break through with what is typical Brazil style with like that perfect, beautiful game with the perfect passing. They brought it out wide, passed it across, and that's what led to the tying goal, and then they scored at the end. And I think that was Japan playing not to lose. And so that's not a game that they were playing before then. They have speed in the front. This guy Maeda is one of the fastest players in all of World Cup, and they just got away from it. And so I raised that to say that you're going to see some really interesting managers are very, very important. This is why the U.S. got Poch. This is why England got Thomas Tuchel.
I mean, just to be fair to Japan, though, House, the last time they came to the U.S. on the offensive, it didn't end up well for them.
That's true.
So I'm just I mean, you can understand why they played full defense.
I'm sorry to all of our listeners in Tokyo right now, but there are some great games coming up. If you've not caught a lot of World Cup yet, you definitely want to watch. I think the Mexico-Ecuador game tomorrow in Mexico City will be a fun game. Mexico is, in a way, the favorite because they're home in Mexico City, but Ecuador is the better team. I think that's going to be a raucous environment, incredible. The following day,
they don't lose as Azteca. They don't lose. They haven't lost in like 20 years in Azteca.
But Ecuador is the better team. So that'll be fun. Tomorrow, July 1st in Seattle, the Belgium-Senegal game, who would be the team we would face if we beat Bosnia, which we'll talk about in a second. The Belgium-Senegal game will be very, very good. And I think the best game of the knockout round remaining still is Portugal-Croatia. You've got Ronaldo, you've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got a whole bunch of very, very strong players, but Portugal has not played well so far. They have not played well. They should have lost that game to Colombia the other night. And Croatia is just, they're always built for the World Cup. They've finished third. They've gotten to the finals. They have been a very strong World Cup team. So I think on July 2nd, that game in Toronto will be one of the more talented games with one of the more enjoyable games with a lot of talent on the pitch. Also in Dallas tomorrow, the Ivory Coast versus Norway game will be great. I think a lot of people, because of the star power of Holland, think that Norway will win and Odegaard, but do not overlook Ivory Coast. They're a very, very talented team, and the breakout star, one of the breakout stars of this tournament, is a guy on Ivory Coast named Jan Diamande. You know how sometimes we watch the NCAA tournament and you see like which guy is like shooting up the draft board and who's about to get paid and who's become a lottery pick? It's kind of fun watching these guys just add money to their bank account. Like on the U.S., Malik Tillman, Flo, they're about to get paid because of this international audience, including managers of club teams around the world who are seeing these guys play so very well. And one of those guys, I think right now, the number one breakout star that people didn't really know very well is this guy, Jan Diamande. And there is a all-out, right now PSG is in the lead, but there's a number of teams that are going to pay bank to get this guy. So that's fun too.
Does he play for a club team now?
He plays for one of the German teams. I think Frankfurt. I could be wrong about that. But he does play for a club team now, but it's, he could get a lot more money on a lot bigger stage. So we'll see, guys. The U.S.
House, do you know this is a little stat just to throw this out there. This is a Pope stat. Do you know that I think it's like 7% of the players in the tournament are from the former Yugoslavia, like the nations that came out of Yugoslavia?
I did not hear that.
Wow.
Yeah. So the countries that came out of the old Yugoslavia was Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia,
Serbia.
So yeah, those are the soccer teams. But beyond that,
Slovakia.
It's like 7%.
Slovenia.
Slovenia. Yeah. It's like 7% of the players came out of the former Yugoslavia. Isn't that a wild stat?
That's pretty wild. Well, on Wednesday night at 8:00 Eastern, the U.S. ranked 17 in the FIFA rankings will be playing number 64 Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina, as I mentioned on a prior pod, this year when they expanded the tournament and had kind of a new way of qualifying for there was a playoff for some teams. Bosnia made it through the playoff, and two of the teams that they beat to get in included a very good team who's traditionally made the World Cup, Wales, and either 3 or 4-time champion Italy. I mean, perennial powerhouse. Now, Italy has been down in World Cup the last couple of World Cups, but that was a shock that Bosnia beat Italy. And obviously they've advanced to the knockout round. So I think the USA is going to have their hands full. I think Bosnia has a very, very good defensive team. The main player that offensively will give us problems is a guy named Edin Dzeko, who plays for Schalke. He wears their number 10, which you guys probably know by now. That's kind of reserved for the best player on the pitch, right? Actually, Demirovic wears number 10. Dzeko wears 11. But Demirovic and Dzeko are the guys you're going to hear a lot of names. You're probably going to not like them very much. But these are not – any of these names on Bosnia are not like household names that you've heard on club teams on the international stage being stars. They don't have a star-studded team. They just have a very balanced defensive team. And this one is one, again, Pochettino is going to have to draw up a really good game for us to – we're not going to have the kind of firepower that we had against Paraguay. And, even in our other games, I think it's going to be a tighter game, and we're going to have to look for that window to score. I'd be surprised if we score any more than 2 goals. I think we're going to need 2 goals. I think we're going to need 2 goals. Yeah, I don't think we're going to score more than 2 goals. But I think
is most of the game going to be played on their end of the field, though? I mean, are we going to be attacking most of the game?
I think so. We've done a really good job to control the midfield so far and keep that ball on the offensive side of the pitch. They're not really an attacking team, but Bosnia. But when there are goals that they have scored have been very, very pretty goals, like very well set up goals. So they're going to look for a counter once we break down on the offensive end. And we just got to, again, Chris Richards, Tyler Adams, these guys are going to be crucial. Of course, we're going to need Pulisic and Flo Balogun, but Adams, Richards, McKinney, those guys, Tim Ream, really crucial this game. Like Ream, my worry through this whole tournament is Ream cheats up a little bit and gets beaten on speed because he's not the fastest guy out there. And Ream's got to play a really smart game to not get beat that way. It would be, I think, Bison had sent this around. What does this mean to U.S. soccer?
I mean, I feel like it's almost a cliche question now because I feel like we do this every 4, and maybe this time 8 years. But like when we get to this point, how important is this for U.S. soccer? Where are we?
I think it's
massive.
The game has been grown. The players on the pitch are all playing on club teams around the world, few in the MLS. But we go 11 for 11 for players playing on club teams. So it's not going to set us back in placing our players. But in FIFA ranking, stature,
popularity within the country.
Hey, right now on the table is whether or not we keep Pochettino as a coach. We lose this game, goodbye. He's not going to stay around for this. We win this game, and we got a real good chance to build something here through him.
I think the quarters are bust.
If we lose this game, it's a disaster.
Yes.
We've already been to the round of 16 before. To not
Correct.
even
we've been to the quarters.
make it. To me, getting to the round of 16 is that has to happen no matter what. You can start.
I mean,
what if we not?
The fucking Canadians are there. We can't not get as far as
God,
Canadians.
Can you imagine
Exactly.
That
the
cannot
humiliation?
happen. That just cannot happen.
What is we've never gone past that, correct?
Past
Not
the
going
quarters.
past
modern
the quarters.
era.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's the minimum standard to me.
Yes.
I agree with you, Milk.
On
we have
paper,
to make
we should beat them.
I am very concerned about this Bosnia team after what you just described. I can't believe I'm saying this.
This will be tough. If we win, and I really hate getting ahead, but we would have a game. I think the next game would be the day of the next pod recording.
Yeah, Monday the 6th against the winner, Belgium and Senegal.
Interesting.
Either one would give us a lot.
I don't like Senegal right now. They're playing.
All right,
Senegal.
let's not start doing that. We'll have plenty of time. I'm just going to stop that right now.
Well, you just said like how far can we go and how far do we need to go? The next 2 games are winnable games. After that, unfortunately, the way the end of the group stage broke, there were some weird things that happened at the end, and what looked like was going to be kind of a relatively decent passable road for us to advance very far has just become impossible. So now our ceiling has dropped a lot lower. So now beating Bosnia and beating presumably Belgium would be really, really quite the accomplishment. After that, you're talking about like Portugal, Spain, France, for whatever.
Yeah.
Like forget it.
Well,
I'd rather have Portugal.
The next bracket would be Portugal, Croatia, Spain, and Austria. For those out of those, you'll get your quarters.
We're not.
All right.
Yeah.
One game at a time.
Can't beat Spain.
Guys. But the bottom line is, if we lose this game, it's a nightmare.
Major
all of this was for naught. All of it.
For USA Soccer. For USA Soccer, for sure. No matter what, I think we've already reached the stage. This is premature to say. I think the World Cup and the USA handling of it is a grand slam home run. The stadiums are full. The fan experiences are full. The biggest thing that could set this back of all things is the heat in the next few days. Cool. And the outdoor stadiums playing in 104, 110 degrees. I think FIFA is going to step in and have more than one hydration break. We joked about it last week that it was for commercials. Now I think they're going to legit need it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys.
What's the next big heat game?
I don't know which one are the outdoors, but the entire country is going to be from Wednesday to Friday is going to just be a microwave.
And House, I don't know if you've been outside today where you are, but I was outside a little while ago. It feels blazing hot in the sun here, and it's going to go up 15 degrees in the next 2 days. So I can't imagine running around on a pitch in 103 degrees. I mean, because if the air temperature is 103, down on a field like that, the temp always goes up. They're going to need hydration breaks. It's really going to be dangerous.
I guess the game that you might look at is New York on June 30th. So New York tomorrow. France and Sweden. Because everything else, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, AC, Miami. I mean, they're just going to be hot anyway.
Miami's going to be brutal.
Miami will
no
be absolutely
worse than it is normally.
Is that why we're out west, by the way? Is that strategic for weather? Like we would get to play in Seattle?
In part.
San Francisco. Los Angeles.
And travel. If we won the group, it guaranteed us that we would not have to travel. We would stay on one coast. You could have done that. They could have done it the same on the East Coast, but it was a little bit more. I mean, I guess whatever. They could have set up Boston, New York, Philadelphia, but those are outdoor stadiums.
What's the biggest surprise story in a bad way? Like, what's the biggest choke job that you'd have
South Korea. I mean, South Korea, I think,
were they the highest ranked to not move on?
South Korea is a massive disappointment, and 9 out of 10 African nations making it is crazy. Bananas. I mean, we always knew that African soccer was getting better and better and better. A lot of people that talk about soccer say that the game should start being played a lot more the way the Africans play the game, because they play it in a very attacking style where it's not just keep away and set up for the perfect pass, which is a very kind of European Premier League type style right now. The African game, Senegal, Morocco, these guys, they play in an Ivory Coast, they play in an attacking style. It's fun to watch, and I think they have far exceeded expectations.
I think yesterday's game of Canada, South Africa was the first game there's ever been in a knockout round that didn't have a team from South America or Europe playing in it. I think I'm right on that.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you expand to 32 on the knockout.
That's part of it. Yeah, I think that's
16 extra teams.
House of the top dogs, I'm going to say. So France is playing Sweden, England is playing Congo, and Spain is playing Austria. I don't know who. Well, out of those three, who has the hardest matchup?
Spain. Well, also because Spain's not been playing that great. They just really haven't. They have not kicked it into high gear except for one of the games they played okay. Sweden's defense is beyond porous. If you've watched any of the Sweden games, yeah, they have scores. Gyökeres is a fantastic scorer. Their defense is worse than porous. France could score 5-6 goals in that game. I think that Congo has been fun to watch, but I think England has plenty of firepower to handle that. What you didn't mention, the one who's got the cakewalk all the way to the semis right now is Argentina, which wasn't supposed to happen also. That kind of just opened up. Right now, Argentina has to beat to get to the semifinals Cape Verde, Australia, Egypt, Switzerland, Algeria, Colombia, or Ghana. Those are all the teams that are on their side. Forget it.
It's not fair.
But
that's not fair.
That would, if form holds, that would end up a quarterfinal of England-Brazil would be nuts, and then a semifinal of England-Argentina would be nuts.
That's nuts. That's the game of the.
That's yes.
Falklands.
The Falklands again.
The Falklands. You just said the magic
Relitigate
country.
that.
Though. You just said the magic country, Cape Verde. Can we talk about this? This has to be the best, right? I mean, am I wrong? This
certainly
is
one of them.
Talk about the social media thing, Bison.
Yeah. So the keeper had 600,000 followers. I know. I think it was less than. It was like 57,000.
Like 50,000. Yeah.
It was still a lot. It was a lot
All
more than
people in Cape Verde, by
right. It was everybody in Cape Verde plus a couple cousins who had moved away, and those were his Instagram followers. So he now has, at last check, he's over 17 million followers. He's 41 years old.
It's almost as many as Freddie.
He's trying to find a contract now. I don't know where he was playing or what, but he's trying to find a big time contract now. And I really hope he cashes in soon, because it just feels like one of these games is going to get lit up, right? I mean, it has to happen at some point.
Game.
He's playing Messi now.
Yeah,
he's going to have a hat trick.
In the first half. Probably sign whatever deal's in front of him right now. Don't hold out. Sign it right now. Just sign it right now. Take it. Take the deal. But still, it's a great story.
I'm not going to box Milk into a corner on this episode. Because he's dealing with all kinds of issues, parking tickets, truancy issues, all these things at home. But
I am.
Milk, at some point on this pod, we're going to talk about Messi being the greatest athlete of all time and passing greatest player of all time in his sport. Not just in his sport, of all sports. We're going to talk about against your lover, Tom Brady. We're going to go there.
You lost me.
I know, so we're not going to do that now. But guys, are you seeing what he's doing every goddamn game?
I will say that goal that the
one they gave him,
the free kick the other day.
Yeah, they parted the sea and just let him kick it in there, pretty much.
Oh no, it was he went a different way than they expected, because Messi always goes up top. So I mean, I did think there was some foolery there. You think it was a gift?
Kick it
you
through.
Think they let him have it?
You'll get a goal. No, I'm just saying it was an easy goal for him.
Okay, in my novice eyes, it looked cool.
So House,
are you to go to a game? Movement.
Yes, knock wood. Things are lining up nicely for me to celebrate. What better way to have a 250th birthday party than to go see the former axis of evil or whatever. See France play Germany or whatever. Why not on our 250th? But it's probably going to be Paraguay.
Yeah.
Does Canada not get to play in Canada? Can someone tell me this? I mean, I'm serious.
They didn't win their group. It was right in front of them.
So Mexico won their group.
Yeah.
By the way, Mexico's undefeated. There's a ton of time.
I know it's halftime. So let me give you guys, since I'm the only one on the pod who's been to a game yet, the experience that I had at Jerry World. and contrast that a little bit with my last experience in 1994 at the Cotton Bowl, the quarters, which was Brazil and the Dutch. It was fun watching the Japanese fans. Those guys, they never sat down. They banged the drum. They chanted the entire game. I was pretty far away, as you guys could tell from the pictures. I was on the Japanese side. I could barely see or hear the Swedes, but they were pretty vocal as well. I will say this, and House, maybe you can contrast it, but fucking Jerry World is so big that it just takes away from the fan noise, enthusiasm. You're just not close to the pitch. It's so big. It doesn't have the atmosphere. Now, I wasn't there for Argentina.
To that point though, Pope, I was surprised that the games in Toronto are not being played at the Rogers Center. They're being played. There's a soccer facility, an outdoor stadium that seats like 45,000. I thought all those games in Toronto were going to be in at the Rogers Center, but to that point, it's not in a huge cavernous, stadium like Jerry World.
I mean, it seats 70,000, and there were all the seats are full. It's just compared to the Cotton Bowl in 1994. Now, look, Brazil hadn't played in Jerry World yet, and Argentina, was different. But I'm telling you, the atmosphere probably Mercedes is the same way, and NRG down in Houston, those big cavernous domes are just not set up for, a World Cup fever pitch type game. So I'm actually glad that because I've been to the Meadowlands and it's louder. So the Meadowlands, assuming the weather's good, will not be a bad place for the final.
I totally agree. I mean, I've only been there for an American football game, not a football game, soccer game. And yes, it's a spectacle and you should go. It's worth one trip to that hellhole, but you're a true spectator there, like really from far away. You're not a participant like you are in some stadiums. You're like observing a game being played below you. And I am also surprised. I mean, I'm sure politics and money got involved. I'm surprised even that stadium got a semifinal as well. That said,
which one? Jerry World?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised given how kind of like just sterile.
Mm-hmm.
But look, that's not how it's going to appear on TV, of course.
Right.
I just
correct.
think for the fan experience, you're right. Like I said, this past summer I went to the Club World Cup at whatever it's called now, MetLife, whatever's there in Northern Jersey, whatever the sponsor is. I guess they can't have sponsors for this.
Right.
So it's the New York, New Jersey Stadium, and yes, it's very loud. You're closer to the action. I do think it'll be very suitable, weather permitting. It'll be very suitable for the final. Of course, the nightmare scenario is the final and they have rain or something like that.
Well, isn't the link where you guys have the Philly games?
Yeah, the link. Yeah,
that's a good place to watch.
It's a good place. It'll be very loud. I've been to some of the Club World Cup. We had some of the Club World Cup games there. It's a great place to watch soccer. And it will be very, very loud. I mean, even whatever, if somehow Paraguay holds on this game, which I still don't think they will, no matter who's there, that will be a very, very loud place of French fans and whoever their opponent is.
All right, do we have anything more on the field World Cup action? Game stuff.
Just go USA.
Okay, so I want to ask you guys a related question. One of the fun things I think for Americans as a host country has been watching what American thing has taken off with some of the people coming from overseas to be here, right? Like we've all seen the clips of the French guy at Buc-ee's. There's been all sorts of different things like that.
Waffle House.
Waffle
Ranch
House.
dressing.
Ranch dressing.
Usually it's
trying to
Southern
take ranch
things.
Home. So my question is, what would you tell somebody visiting not to miss while they're here on their World Cup journey?
That's so good. That is so good.
I've
got two. I'll give you guys a minute to think.
Start.
I've got two. Okay. So I think first, and actually this is actually happening. I would tell them to take in a baseball game because it's
that's happening
America's
a lot.
pastime.
You've
Go
seen
have
that a lot.
a bad hot dog with mustard and relish and stay and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," because that's about as American as you can get. And then the other thing that I would say is I would encourage them to check out our national parks because most of these places where they're traveling to, you could probably get to one along the way. And it's, all these games are in big cities. So it'd be very easy for people to come from overseas, go see a big city. And if they could take a minute, take a day, take 2 days, and go to a park, one of our national parks, like you'd see a very different part of the country to go and see one of our great national parks. Those are my 2 suggestions.
On your way.
Yeah.
To Seattle.
House, what do you got?
I mean, I definitely have a local bias, but I think it is hilarious. First of all, I knew it was the case for United States fans, but I did not know that internationally there's probably no one who's an adult that hasn't seen the movie Rocky. And so every single team from every single country has descended upon our art museum steps so they could see the Rocky statue. I think that is hilarious. Like, of all the things you could see in Philadelphia, you could stand in front of Independence Hall. You could stand where we got our freedom. You could see the Liberty Bell. Nope. These people want to see a statue of a fighter from a movie from 1976. That is awesome. I think.
Is it back up on the steps now, or is it still off to the side?
It's on the top of the steps.
Oh,
and
they put it back?
There have been. I mean,
there's got to be
tens
so many
and thousands of fans that have come to see that
pictures,
thing.
videos.
But the other one is, it is so. I guess there's nothing you could really think about. When I think about having a sandwich overseas, I can't think of anything that's like a cheesesteak. And hearing these people, I sent you guys that thing. I sent you guys that thing where the guy goes, oh, "Okay, so what I'm having is cow flesh. This cow flesh is pretty tasty. I like this cow flesh." It is so funny seeing their reaction to seeing just a slab of meat on a roll. But they all love it. If you haven't seen all these various pictures of Holland trying out the different foods around the country, the player, from Norway, that's funny too.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I think a couple of the teams brought their own food with them because they don't want to touch whatever crap we put in our food. Did you see that?
Norway being one of them.
Norway brought like 100,000 pounds of food with them so that they didn't have to eat our food. Milk, where are you sending? Where are you sending our friendly World Cup visitors?
Don't take them to Mons. Don't.
Oh God.
There's some adult established now. I will tell you this because it was I don't know how this has happened, but yesterday was my first time going to Costco. I was actually texting Bryson this yesterday.
What?
I'm like dead serious. I do not know how this happened. And have
you been to Sam's?
I have never, maybe like years and years and years ago.
Milk.
Never been to Costco till yesterday. Right when I walked in, I realized
get out of the yacht club, man. Open up your eyes.
There's not one around where I live, but Natalie was like, "We got to go over there. We got to pick up stuff." She goes there all the time, apparently. And I immediately walked in and I realized that I can buy enough razors for not only my lifetime, but both my children's lifetime in one box. Like that was the first thing I saw, and I would say halfway through, it started to get so overwhelming. I started to have almost a panic attack. Like, I can't imagine what
you can buy anything. You can buy a house. You can buy a car. You can buy a boat.
Vacation.
Everywhere I turned around, I was like,
jewelry.
There's literally not
healthcare.
There's nothing you can't get here.
Tires.
Everything is here, and it's big, and a lot of it. I can't imagine what a European would do.
That's a good one.
Yes. So go to Costco, check it out. And I'm still shocked by it.
I mean, I think that's kind of like the Buc-ee's. They're just overwhelmed and stunned at the size of they call it a gas station.
Yes.
I mean,
by the way,
it'd be like Costco is like, Walgreens.
We bought enough coffee pods, I think, to get us into like the next millennium. And I'm like, where are we putting all this stuff?
Right.
Like, that was okay. I'm like, Natalie, where's it going? Our cabinets are full Our pantry is full. Where are we putting all this? That led to an argument. But
sounds like you got to buy a bigger house, Milk.
right,
Time to get a bigger house.
That's
It's really good for toilet paper and napkins.
Right.
Pope,
Like
Pope, where are you sending them?
Yes.
I mean, I try to think of like unique American experiences, and it's interesting because when I go to Europe or other countries and ask them what do they want to do when they come to the U.S., the number one place that everybody wants to go is New York. Miami is up there, but then like maybe number 2 or number 3 is New Orleans. It's like, it is unique. Just the whole atmosphere and House knows this better than anyone. I would send them to New Orleans and say, spend a day just walking around the quarter and just taking it all in and eating the crap and having some drinks and, go listen to some music. It's uniquely American. And the other place that everybody talks about is Vegas.
God.
Oh.
I mean, you want a unique American experience?
Trying to kill them.
Go to Vegas. Just go in one of those monster casinos and not realize that it's 3 a.m. in the morning as you're, eating breakfast.
Well, now our listeners have a little window into the souls of the four of us. We've got national parks in Vegas. So
it's a shame, by the way, that
I don't even like Vegas that much.
that it's not coinciding with college football season, because that would be a treat. Like, go to a college football game.
Well, they've been to the college. Freddie went to Auburn to see a friendly that Germany played in before the Cup, and it was
right.
packed.
So they did the Eagle, right?
Yeah,
wasn't it flying around?
He's like, it's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. Is the Eagle flying around the college footballs? Then they went to LSU. It wasn't packed, but he just looking at the stadium, taking that all in.
The Tiger.
Yeah.
One of the ironies of all these games is that the last World Cup was in Qatar, and they had to move it when it would ordinarily be in the calendar because otherwise it would be like 120 degrees, et cetera, et cetera. So I just think it's so funny. You went to a place that's boiling and you make an accommodation for the weather, and then you come to the United States and you don't think anything of it. It's as hot as Qatar, this summer. So
breaking news, Pope.
Breaking news. The Germans have hit the equalizer.
Of course they did.
Yeah, this game's over.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's fun. Anything else on World Cup before we move on here?
No, and we have, 2 more weeks?
Yeah.
Almost 3 weeks. July 19th.
We'll be talking about it more. All right, let's just do a quick little NBA touch base because there's kind of been a lot of action happening. Pope, you want to cover that a little bit for us?
Yeah, I mean, we had a draft that us NBA experts, House included, nailed pretty much as far as the first 4 picks, as far as the guards to go. Dallas was actually the biggest surprise by taking a power forward in Morez Johnson, but that kind of echoed their coach Dusty May, who we talked about on the last pod. So. The main thing, though, from NBA perspective is right as we were coming on the air, listeners, Ja Morant was traded to the Portland Trail Blazers, and I don't have it in front of me who they got. I'm not sure they got much.
For Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray.
Meh. I think Memphis just needed to unload him. But what a sad story that is. And then the Mavericks are rumored to be going after Kawhi Leonard, which is, from my perspective, I'm not sure I understand that move. Masai Ujiri had Kawhi at Toronto when he was there, when they won NBA title. I'm not sure if he's bringing Kawhi on. He'd be on a 1-year contract, $50 million, but I'm not sure that's part of a rebuilding mode. But with Kyrie Irving coming back, I guess he maybe thinks there's an opportunity now. And then I guess the biggest fun rumor, and who knows if there's much to it, is that the Golden State is trying to trade with the Wizards to get AD and try to convince LeBron to sign with them as a free agent, to try to run with Steph. And like somebody said, it sounds like they're trying to do 82-0 in real life. But that would be, I mean, that would put
each
a lot
of them are 82 years old.
I know.
So, I mean,
collectively. But I think
if you don't think Serena's winning a game, how's that team winning?
That would be must-see TV, though. That would be fun. That would put a lot of fun in the NBA season, just watching to see how that group got together. And
just LeBron and Steph.
And Steph would be fun.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, does AD even play anymore? Right. And I guess Draymond opted out of his player option today, but I don't think that means he's out of there for sure. I think he's going to wait and see.
That's just so they can get him.
Yeah.
I mean, they're moving chess pieces. But Pope, I think the one that you did mention what would be fun, but I think the one that's the most interesting piece that's still going to move on the board, the Celtics screwed themselves so bad on draft night or whatever the night before. They kind of went all in for Giannis with the chip being Jaylen Brown. I don't know how you stick that genie back in the bottle. So now he has to go. He knows he's going, the Celtics. So now it's just who wins the Jaylen Brown. Some people don't think it's a sweepstakes. I still do. I think he could be a very special player. And some folks are saying that this Portland move for Ja allows them to move additional pieces off their team, like Drew Holiday and Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe, so that they can trade. So watch to see. We were talking last night at my house, like what are the possible landing spots for Jaylen Brown? Look for Portland. I don't know. I don't think what's happening in Washington is very interesting too. We talked about it last week. They paid a lot for Trey, but now AD's gone. There's a rumor that they're going to be part of this whole move with Golden State, where they would take on Jimmy Butler and get some draft picks for AD. I don't know. Could draft picks?
AD's not gone yet, though.
No, but could they move him, acquire draft picks? Could those draft picks be used to get Jaylen Brown? I mean, they could turn things around really, really fast. I think you're going to see teams making multiple setup moves with the final piece being Jaylen Brown still.
Interesting. Well, I'm curious to see what will happen in Washington. I haven't said that about the Wizards in probably my lifetime, but
you seem a lot more excited.
Well, I mean, House knows a little bit about this because we were trusting the process, right? I said it a couple of years ago. We finally brought in some real basketball people. Let's see what happens. And now it seems like we're kind of on the precipice of having, that work out, because they do. I think most people do think they have a really good young talent now. They may be overpaid for Trey, but I don't know that that's a big deal because they see a role for him. So, it'd be interesting to see if they make some move where they, a double move, so to speak, right?
You know what? I saw a comparison that was made where they're, they overpaid for Trey, and then they did a side-by-side comparison to the contract and the stats and the age for Austin Reeves. Because everybody's like, oh, Austin Reeves is the greatest thing. The Lakers re-signed him, and he's so great. You know what? Trey's numbers are better, and he's a year older. He's 1 year older.
Yeah.
He's still a young guy. If he's healthy, it's going to be a good move, and it's not an overpay, and it's not your money anyway.
Yeah, great. All right, anything else on NBA? Guys, who's got a punch?
Well, I'm going to slap. And there's just too much smoke about this Terrion Arnold story for it not to be true. And yes, he is presumed innocent until proven guilty. But how many times have we said on the pod, guys, just like get your own drivers. There's so many ways to avoid being in the kinds of messes that these guys get into. And the story on Terrion Arnold happened right there in Tampa is that supposedly he believed some people came and stole a whole bunch of valuables from him. And so
sounds familiar.
He became the ringleader to get, I think, 5 or 6 co-conspirators to go and like really mess up these guys, bring them in, kidnap them, pistol whip them, not let them leave, et cetera, et cetera. And they all sang, all the co-conspirators sang, they all said Arnold set the whole thing up. And so today the judge did allow him to post bond. And the conditions were like, he can't go anywhere, but he didn't have to wear the ankle bracelet. And he's basically on house arrest, but he was allowed to participate in team activities for the Lions, except for about an hour later after that, the Lions cut him. And that's why I think it's at least a slap. The team knows enough that this is not just like, they got the wrong guy or mistaken identity. Dude, like you're making a gazillion dollars. Even if someone did rip you off, believe me, I'd be pissed off if somebody ripped me off $250,000. Do you have to really? Are you that dumb that you're going to bring people to the house to pistol whip and kidnap somebody else? You don't think that it's going to be fingered back at you?
And by the way, the NFL, I mean, first of all, the NFL has like a whole security apparatus and team with like an 800 number that these guys can call if they're ever in a spot where they need help. Did you know that there's like a whole
I didn't know
thing? I think they have people in every city where these guys can, like, if they ever need a ride, I mean, there is a whole system
the owners
out
have
there.
That for them too.
Right. And there's a whole system that exists. But, I guarantee you that the NFL investigation into this, they had this case cracked well before anybody else did, right? They probably had people crawling all over the situation to, protect the shield, right? That's their thing. There was no way this guy was going to take another play on the field while this was going on if the NFL actually, followed up and did their investigation. They know what happened, and that's why he's released, allegedly.
And that's how many years did OJ get for basically the same thing?
A lot. Like this guy could see a lot of time.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
And he is a really key defensive player to that Detroit Lions team. That is a big development also on the field for them.
All right. Any other punches? Anybody got a lasso? No. All right. All right. Let's do some buzzer beaters.
I'm waiting for Pope to talk about Wimbledon. And surely that's coming in the buzzer beater, right?
Yeah.
Well, wait, are all the men healthy? Is Alcaraz?
No, he's
Joker's
not
out,
playing,
right?
Yeah, he's out.
What
so
about, is Alcaraz back yet or no?
Alcaraz is out.
He's out. So it's Sinner and Joker, like the top two.
Is Joker playing?
Yeah, he won.
Okay.
Today.
Well, I'll give you a quick buzzer. And I posted this morning on our text chain, guys. I said, does anybody know that Luis Gonzalez Jr. had 6 home runs in his last 16 at bats? And
his name is Garcia.
Yeah,
Garcia. Did I say Gonzalez?
You don't even know
I'm
who he
sorry.
is.
Garcia. Sorry, Garcia.
I didn't say anything because Juniors had 7 and 22 at bats, so I thought yours was
That's not as good, though.
Well, okay. So when you get to 22, tell me when he hits his 7th.
Well, so I've got a little money on him doing that tonight, actually. No, I don't, actually. But it's the reason I'm bringing it up, actually, is House has this T-shirt that was passed along to him because we had a stretch in Washington here with Kyle Schwarber where I think he hit like 7 home runs and 17 at bats or something. It was some ridiculous stretch. And so that, one of the T-shirts came out. It just says Kyle Schwarber just homered again. And we're getting, the numbers right now are eerily familiar or similar to the two of them over the stretch. And it's just funny because it's bananas. When a guy gets up there and every other swing is a home run, it's a wild stretch to watch. And Schwarber's done a lot of this over the years, but 6 and 16 at bats, come on. And by the way, I think he had like 13 home runs all last season. So it's kind of fun.
Well, while you're on that, Schwarber's now at 30 home runs.
That's crazy, by the way.
The hollow ground in Philly is Ryan Howard with 59. So can he get the Ryan Howard record?
It's on pace.
What's interesting is I saw a stat this morning that said fastest to home runs for their team, playing for their team. The fastest to like 230 was Babe Ruth for the Yankees. The fastest for like 225 was McGuire, and then Schwarber. So in terms of like a lot of home runs for their team being value for that contract. And remember, there was a possibility he was going to leave. And the question was, is he that worth it? Do you pay to keep him? because basically he's going to mash a bunch of home runs. He's going to hit a bunch of RBIs, and he's going to hit 230. I think he's been worth it so far in year number 1. 2 of the highest, since Bison loves the OPS as the stat, doesn't think batting average is really means much of anything. 2 of the highest OPS in Major League Baseball are Schwarber and Harper. They're mashing the ball.
And they're on a race to see who gets the 400 career first.
And they're both supposedly playing the home run derby.
They're both very close.
That's cool.
They're going to approach 400 at the same time, I think. Okay.
Quick buzzer update on F1. I don't know if you guys, I think most of us saw that race this weekend in Austria. That was a great race. And George Russell is back in the championship contention. Kimi finished 3rd, and Max had his best finish of the year at 2nd. Going to Silverstone this weekend, it's a great track, and Lewis and the other Brits are going to want to do well there. So I think
I'd rather
do you know what the distance is between the champion? What's the point total distance?
Well, it was 60 at one point. I think we're down a lot
to 40 something.
I think it's 46 right now.
Okay.
And Russell is now in 2nd place. He overtook Lewis because Hamilton was in 2nd going into this past weekend for the Drivers' Championship.
It's Kimi 171, Russell 131, Lewis 125. So it is not by any.
I would rather have Max win a world championship than George Russell. I think that's where I am on George Russell.
I don't understand what got you under your skin so
really
much.
Don't like him.
He didn't like when he talks.
No, I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
Probably don't like the way Netflix portrays him.
I just don't like him at all.
Well, let me finish by saying happy birthday, America.
Yeah, well, that was
yeah.
I have a surprise segment. I want to know what is everybody's 4th of July tradition?
Well, I mean, I'm the biggest sucker ever for fireworks, so I have to have my fireworks.
Yeah,
and
right.
I normally
fireworks.
No, I don't do that. I do not want to be whatever Jason Pierre-Paul. I like to grill and I like fireworks, but this year hopefully I'll mix in a little World Cup.
Nice.
I imagine. Awesome. Is it a night game?
It's a 5:00 game.
You're going to be there on 4th of July?
That's where it is. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining.
I mean, Washington's a place to be for July 4th.
Yeah.
Not this year. It's not. No, I mean, that's not even it's just a mess down here right now. There's so much happening. It's not where you want to be. But one fun thing that DC does have is we have an 11 a.m. baseball game every July 4th,
That's cool.
It started years and years ago, and it just became a tradition. So the night before, we have the fireworks after the game, which are always kind of fun. And then there's an 11 a.m. start time. It's because it does get so crowded in the city that a game ending, 1 o'clock game ending at 4, and then it would just be a nightmare. So, so the 11 a.m. Baseball game is something I always look forward to on July 4th.
Wow. So you'll be there.
Yeah. Thursday night and Friday, July 3rd,
You must
July
be
4th.
so nervous to have to drink that early.
Wow. Coming from you, that's strong.
I mean, yeah. God.
Milk, what do you do on July 4th after you get out of your American flag covers?
We will be, by the way, I was going to say about you, your thing has to be the flare that you're going to put out all over your house. There's going to be so much.
Totally.
I can't imagine.
Big spread.
If I can put my house in New Jersey, I would.
He has one American flag mug for coffee. He has an American flag glass for his orange juice. He probably has stars and stripes on his
I can't wait to see the outfit he's going to wear.
Oh,
yeah,
it's going to be amazing.
I can only picture Evil
Uncle
Knievel
Sam
right now for some reason.
I don't really have a tradition. I was told today that we're going to be playing in a baseball tournament because why not? Of course, you would play in a baseball tournament on 4th of July.
On that Saturday, on the 4th?
Yeah, and there's a nice heat wave coming down here.
I think that's spectacular. That's spectacular.
This kid better make money in playing baseball.
We're usually out of town on the 4th. We don't really have a tradition. I do love fireworks, so wherever we are, we'll probably go down to downtown Dallas. There's a big firework deal on and party on Saturday evening, so we'll probably do that.
Hopefully
Love
they'll
it.
send Dak Prescott into the sky with one of them.
Well, it's a big one.
It's a shame that Rooster's not on because he would tell us all about how he likes to go skinny dipping on July 4th. He likes to
Well,
go
he's got a
naked in the
pool now.
Yeah. So we're going to hear all about that.
Peg
I
party.
don't think I want to know anything more. We should probably end there.
Happy
All right,
July 4th, guys.
Have a good
Happy
July
birthday,
4th of
America.
July.
See
Happy
y'all.
birthday, 4th of July.
Happy birthday.